First question, why does a teacher need to know how to assess the reading skill on students? All the teachers need to know how to assess the reading skill in a good way, because we know that reading skill can present some problems in our students and can be the pronunciation of or words that are very similar but have a different meaning. So we have to solve all the problems that our students will have when they are develop the reading skill. Also, to assess that reading skill, we will understand the weaknesses and the strengths that our students have, and which point we have to give extra reinforce. Second question, how would you evaluate reading skill of public school in our country? In my case, I would like to evaluate the reading skill, for example, in a little test. In the little test, there will be a text, and the student will have to read, to scan for specific information to answer the questions that are next to the text. Also, I would like to develop the reading skill, to assess the reading skill in a way to show a little text, and the student will have to read all the text to find the mistakes that are there. I know that I can use another way to assess the reading skill, and one of that will be like that direct method. I will show a test in English, and I would like to my students translate to Spanish or do their best to translate. Also, in reading assess, I can evaluate speaking and reading, because I can say, hey student, read this text, will be an activity for you. So my student will start reading, right? Then I will check the pronunciation and how they are reading the text. If they have problem to pronounce something, problem to reading fast because they are like, hello, my name is an example. Third question, what kind of strategies will you implement to develop the reading skill on your students and to help them acquire a reading habit? Okay, I would like to develop the reading skill. It's read a short text every day. I mean every class. So, for example, I have a projector. I download the text from internet. Then I share in class and say, hey student, read this. It can be a moral or anecdote. So the read every class a short text will be develop the reading skill in a good way and fast. Why? Because every class you are reading something new. I mean, my students are reading something new every class. If I have 3 or 4 classes per week, my students will develop the reading skill very fast and easy, because I will stay there to help my students to pronunciate the words and to reading more fast. How can I help my students to implement the habit of reading? I can do one thing that I have in mind because I want to do it when I work as a teacher. It is given a text, or for example giving a book, then every class I will add something of a specific page. For example, in this week we want to read from page 5 to 7. It's an example. And the next class I will ask something about the book of the page from 5 to 7. I will ask whatever part of that pages. So my student has to read in home every class, and I will say, if you answer me when I ask about that book, I will give you a point. That will incent my students to read in home about the book. And I hope when I was a teacher doing that, so I hope my student end the book. In the book. In that way, my student will develop a love of reading and a lot of vocabulary.